Now that we have a system in place to capture extra cash flow, and we know which expenses are good and bad for our future, we can start taking steps towards maximizing cash flow in order to hit our goals faster. There are two ways of maximizing your cash flow. First is by reducing your expenses, and in the following videos we go over the second, which is increasing your means. These next series of questions are asked to help you brainstorm which expenses you can reduce in order to increase cash flow. Every single one may not work for you, however, please write down which ones you can apply to your life. Have you gotten any bank fees that you could call in and try to reverse? For 5 or 10 minutes, you could get back $10, $20, $30. Where else are you going to get that kind of return on your time spent? Are there any negotiable expenses on your list that you can remove without hurting your lifestyle or your performance? Do you drink soda or other drinks that may not benefit your health long term? Could you drink water instead and save a couple of bucks each time? If you buy coffee daily, could you make that at home to cut costs? Do you eat out daily? If you cut back the days that you went out, how much could you save? When you do go out, can you go to inexpensive restaurants or places like Chipotle that load up the food, and you can get 2 meals for the same price as one? For those in college or those that love the party scene, how much do you spend a night on average? After buying around for people and having a good time, it's easy to rack up $50, $100, $200 tabs pretty quick. Instead of going out, can you have fun at your house with an inexpensive handle split between people? Same fun, but you probably spent $10 instead of $100. If you know you drink or use tobacco too much, can you cut back in order to save some extra cash each week? If you do want help quitting any bad habit entirely, the app Nomo is great for tracking, and it even tells you how much money and time you save each day. This next idea might be hard for social media lovers, but can you mainly use the internet at home in free Wi-Fi zones in order to reduce your data plan? Even better, are you able to share a data plan with someone and split the cost? If maintaining your car is too expensive for the time being, can you ride a bike, public transit, or get a ride from friends to cut down expenses? For rent, can you get another roommate and boost your cash flow? Or even better, are you able to buy a house and rent out the extra rooms to pay for most or the entire mortgage? If you look around the nation, lots of smart families are increasing their cash flow by doing this and sharing expenses. Many families, especially giving credit to Asian or Indian households, have multiple generations living under the same roof. While it might get a little cramped at times, just imagine turning 2, 3, and 4 different rent payments into one single mortgage payment. As a melting pot of America, how much wisdom can we learn from the different mix of cultures that we are blessed to have? Imagine if all of our families operated like a home base, where it was a stable foundation that the family is able to pool resources and acquire more assets together at a much faster rate than ever alone. How much easier would it be for your whole family to get ahead? Maybe for your case, you like a little more breathing room, but how can you still apply some of these concepts anyway in your own world in order to create more cash flow? If you already shop a lot, there are a number of free apps that allow you to make money back on your purchases. The 2 top that we found used are Ibotta and Ebates. There are plenty of others, and you can sometimes double up on 2 or 3 different apps for the same purchases. Many of these give a $5 or $10 sign-up bonus as well, so you get paid to try it out. Are there any current lifestyle habits that you can find a free or cheaper alternative? Just like with banks, can you call up your service provider for internet, cell phone, cable, any other bill, and negotiate your bill lower? What if you could save 10 or 20% on your bills each month just from a simple phone call? Is saving hundreds a year worth 10 or 15 minutes of your time? Do you have any subscriptions like Spotify, Apple Music, Netflix, Hulu, that you can either split the cost with a friend or downgrade to the free version? With music and movies, just like any other form of art or creativity, it's important to give back to the artists that created these forms of entertainment for us. However, if you aren't in a place that you can afford to, that's fine. It's even more important that you cash flow and get ahead. Once you are ahead, you will have more than enough extra cash flow to support whatever cause that you deem worthy. Even though cutting your expenses to live within your means is not enjoyable in the short term, sometimes it's necessary. Keep in mind, however, if you stay in this reduction mindset for too long, it can lead back into scarcity. The next videos in this series are designed to help you prosper more by expanding your skills and increasing your means.